Kevin Durant opting out of his player option with Golden State, and that means he's a free agent as he recovers from his Achilles injury. And in a summer of stars, Durant is a little bit different for a couple of reasons. First of all, you have this injury. Whoever signs him is going to have to wait to see him play. And then when he does come back, will he be truly healthy? And I understand, Kawhi with the Raptors and, winning that championship. But Durant's in a rare class of all-time great players. I don't think we look at Kawhi Leonard as one of those guys that's going to be a top 10, top 15 players when he's all said and done. And part of that is his personality. We don't know him. I don't think people write stories about him just because they can't. It doesn't feel like, he's available. Also, he's not a big stats guy. He's not putting up incredible numbers where you go, oh, my gosh, did you? And I said this during the postseason. When's the last time somebody said to you, or maybe you said to somebody else, did you see the game Kawhi put up? Never. Not during the regular season. He's a complete player. He's as complete as any player in the NBA. That doesn't mean you're watching him. It's almost like Mike Trout. He doesn't say much. He just goes and plays. A five-tool player. That's what Kawhi Leonard is. But if the playoffs are, starting and or he's on a team in the finals, then you're watching. But Kevin Durant's one of the all-time players. And, you won 2 titles in Golden State, and now he's got to decide where he wants to go. And Durant, that frenzy hasn't died down, even with the Achilles injury. That used to be career-ending when you got the Achilles injury. Players like this don't change teams very often, but coming up in a week or so, Kevin Durant could be on the move and alter the course of NBA history once again, like he did when he left Oklahoma City to go to Golden State. And there's a lot of possibilities here, a lot of speculation here. Vegas, by the way, has the Nets as the favorites for Kevin Durant. Quietly have become the favorites for Kevin Durant. And maybe that's in part to a lot of the speculation on Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, it looks like, could end up with the Nets. And because of that friendship there, that you get Kyrie. Now, I don't want Kyrie Irving, but if you're the Nets, and when's the last time you said, boy, the Nets are tops on the list to get a free agent? Okay, it's been a long time. Same with the Knicks. But who would have thought that the Nets would be a more desirable destination than Madison Square Garden? But that's where we are. It's a new NBA, and these younger players, they have no recollection of what the Garden used to be like when it was rocking. They don't have any idea of Clyde Frazier and Dick Barnett, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Willis Reed, Red Holtzman. They don't care. Even Bernard King, as wonderful as he was, Allen Houston, even Patrick Ewing. That doesn't mean anything to these kids, and they are kids. And you have ownership that we look at, and sometimes, you think, do these players even know who the owner is? Do they care about James Dolan? Their agents care. Their agent's job is to say, are you in good hands if you go to the Knicks? And as much as I love David Fisdale, I don't know if you'd be in good hands going to the Knicks. I don't know, because history says you wouldn't be. And maybe Kevin Durant is looking at the Nets. You're a little bit out of that glare, that spotlight, because if you go to the Knicks, they're waiting for you to be a savior. You go to the Nets, nobody's saying, hey, you got to be a savior. And Kevin Durant is going to be down for a year, and then you got Kyrie. If you get Kyrie there, all right, and that's a good roster if you don't have to give up that roster. But if you lose D'Angelo Russell, you get Kyrie in there, you wait a year for Kevin Durant. But the sign and trade, that would be my big concern here, because who are you trading to get Kevin Durant if he leaves? Yes, McLevin.
If you're the Knicks, this is a hot question. Are you sure you want Kevin Durant? Because you have such a young team. He's going to miss next year. He's going to come back, be rusty at 32. I feel like you needed some talent around him. Are you going to have enough to make this all come together?
What are their options?
Well, there was a report last night, a 1-year deal to Boogie Cousins. If they miss out on everybody else,
that's not a good option.
Wait 2 years. Like if they weren't in New York, if they were in some other city where there was no pressure to win, you would say rebuild from ground zero. Don't bring in a 32-year-old superstar. Build around R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, and build a young team, don't bring in this guy who needs to win a title because you're not going to have the pieces around him, or are you?
It depends. If it's a sign and trade, they don't have the pieces for a sign and trade. The Knicks don't. I mean, if I'm Golden State, sign and trade, I have to get who? I want RJ Barrett to start, I guess, right? That's where we start with sending Kevin Durant to the Knicks.
If you took RJ Barrett off the Knicks, who is he playing with?
I know.
Yeah.
That's why if you're Durant, it can't be a sign and trade. If you really want to go there and you really want to win, you can't do a sign and trade. You can't tell me I really want to win and then do a sign and trade, because then you really don't want to win. You want to make your money, and you're going to go and have your own team in New York. And that's why if he goes to, the Nets, if he goes to Brooklyn, what are you giving up to get Kevin Durant? If Kyrie is just going there, then Kevin Durant has to just go there. And you're not going to be playing for a year. That's another thing. So, we're trying to figure this out, and it's chess pieces here where you're trying to figure out where we are on the chessboard. It's not a game of checkers. This is a game of chess right now.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.